Oh, hello, beautiful people and Linux fans. I hope you have a wonderful week so far. And today I will try and show you another great project that I have my eye on for a little bit. And of course, as you may have seen the title of this video, I'm talking about Aurora Linux. This is part of the Universal Blue project. So let's dive in. Okay, so let's first take a look what really Universal Blue is. Basically, my understanding and from what I read and what I heard about the project previously, this is just a build of diverse set of continuously delivered operating system, as they say here, using the Fedora Atomic desktops. Basically, this is a community of developers and Linux enthusiasts that got together, use the tools that they have, and created a really good distributions out of it. I know this is a really simple to say, it's a lot more to this project, but if you want, you can dive in and read more about it. I will leave the page in the description of this video. But anyway, I like how they end up here at long last with Ascended. They have highlighted some of the advantages over the traditional Linux desktops. You can read all about this. It's really cool. And as we will see a little bit later, this is a really good beginner-friendly distribution, or the immutable desktops to me, the way they have done this one specific, either BlueFin or Aurora or even the Bazzite, you can't really break this system. Well, if you have tried really hard, you might as well succeed with breaking the system, but you can always roll back to the previous image and you have again a running system. I really like that, especially for beginners. This is really important because if you are a new user, you don't really know what and how to do properly. You may accidentally do something, well, stupid and break your system. You can, of course, roll back and you have another running system. It's really cool. Plus, it's not letting you install anything easy on the root system. For some, this is feature. For some, this is really no. But anyway, let's see what the project goals are. And this is a lot of things that needs to be done. This goes to the GitHub of the project goals. You can read more about those. They even have the recent cosmic development and integration. I guess they will integrate this desktop as well. If you want and really like this desktop, in some point this will be available as a universal boot project, maybe. We'll see. Now they are main images. The first one is Aurora that I have run right now. What Aurora is, it's a clean and reliable desktop operating system for every type of user, many batteries included. By batteries, they mean tools that charge the system more and make it more user friendly. It's based basically on the Fedora Kinuit, but they have pre-installed, let's say, NVIDIA drivers. They have pre-installed the codecs, all the codecs that you need. All this, of course, you can do by yourself, but it's a lot more work. And why would you do that when you have the heavy lifting done for you? Now the next one, maybe the most popular one, it's Bazzite. It's basically the next generation of Linux gaming, which is pretty awesome. It's a pretty good distribution I hear from what people. Many people have a really good experience with it, especially with the recent changes they have made, which is awesome. I have installed the next one. This is the project BlueFin. I've been running this on and off for maybe 3 weeks now. I have absolutely no problems. It runs great. I'm really happy actually with it. And what more I can say? It's a great project. Now, the Aurora, if you click on visit the web page, it goes here. That explains what exactly Aurora is. Again, your next gen Linux desktop. And this is powered by KDE, the universal boot, and new made for you. Aurora is the ultimate OS for every type of user, from normal people to pro developers. Now you have a little bit more about this specific KDE based project. It's a simply delightful. Aurora features a widely customized KDE Plasma for a super smooth and delightful experience. Speed and reliability perfectly tuned and optimized for maximum efficiency. Reliability like a heavy rock. I really like that. Zero maintenance. Install the system once and forget about maintenance. This is really true. We will see a little bit later why and how this is true. Upgrade your system in one click, including all your apps. Hardware support, an image for everyone. Hardware support includes built-in NVIDIA GPU drivers, support for Surface devices and Asus devices. Now you have the option for developers image. You have a customized toolkit. If you are developer, you can do that as well. Now here is where you can get the Aurora. It's a really interesting take on the download page. So select your hardware. If you are on desktop or laptop, even they have the Asus or framework or Surface, which is pretty good. I think this is the first time I see a distro that does that. But anyway, select the desktop. What is your primary GPU? In my case, this is NVIDIA. If you have AMD or Intel, select that. And now this is a really cool idea. If you are a developer or not. No, I am not a developer, although the one that I have downloaded and running currently, it is the developers edition of the Aurora. I was just curious what and how much the difference is between this and the regular one. So if you are a developer, select yes. If you're not, of course not. And now you have the download image right here. But please keep in mind it's a very large image. I think it's about 7 gigabytes of download. So keep this in mind. Okay, once you have successfully downloaded the image, burn it on the USB and boot it up. This is the screen that you are met with when you want and try to install the distro if you want. I will just go really quickly through this. They are using the Red Hat and Fedora Anaconda installer. I know many people have complaints about it, but to be honest, I find it pretty good and pretty easy. We will see about this in a minute. Okay, so of course select first your language. English, it's okay for me. And now you are met with this screen. Again, this is a little confusing if you have never used this installer. So what you do here, basically the only thing that I need to do, as I see here, the keyboard, it's already, we have selected in the previous screen. The language supported automatically English United States. Now the system automatic partition selected, but we need to select the disk. When you click here, now I have used this virtual machine to show you the installation. But as you can see, I have a 20 gigabyte selected for this. This little black checkbox shows that this is the disk where we will install this. So the only thing we have to do is just click done. Of course, you have the option to do the custom installation if you want. I always trust and use the automatic one. Just click done and that's it. Just click begin installation and wait for the installation to finish. Again, just keep in mind that this might take a little bit longer to install. It does some checks and some more configuration during the install, and it's going to take a little bit more longer for the installation to finish. So just be patient. Now, another really interesting and cool thing, actually this is a virtual machine of me trying Bazzite. This is a really cool idea. Welcome to Bazzite. I think this cute little program is called Bazzite Portal, which is really cool. I will show you, but this is available currently only on the Bazzite version of the Universal Book project. So what is so cool about it, when you go to next, you have a few options. If you have a Razer either keyboard or some other Razer device, you can install the support for it. You have so many other options here. Just select what you need, what you want, click install. It's going to install everything that you have selected. Go next for the next screen. This is a hybrid GPU switching if you are using the NVIDIA. Of course, I have downloaded the NVIDIA version of the ISO. Now, this is what I am talking about. Actually, you have a set of browsers. The only thing that I would like to say is maybe this needs to be a little bit more user friendly, but I think this will come with the time. Now, if you want to select a web browser or multiple web browsers, for example, just click the arrow here and you have the options of Brave, Google Chrome, LibreOffice, and whatever you want to use. Just let's say click Brave, click Save, go to the next section, Gaming. You have a lot of options here as well. Same thing goes here. The emulation, music. This is a really good setup tool, and I wish the other two projects, BlueFin and Aurora, have this, at least something similar to this, but they don't. That's why I'm showing you this. Now you have the option for installing GIMP, Inkscape. So this is again really cool. I really like this. Again, just click install. We have selected Brave, and I will show you in a second that Brave is already installed. We will see a little bit later in this video how you install and manage softwares. And the next screen, it's all done. That's all you have to do. You have some options for install more applications, documentations, forums, join the Discord community, and even reboot. So this is a really nice, cool little program that lets you, even if you are a new user to Linux, to set up your system a little bit faster without browsing different things. And now let's take a look. Brave should be installed now. Yes, as you can see, it's right here. Okay, let's take a quick look with what I have done with my desktop. Just a little bit of customization. And another thing that I like to mention, I will give you example again. If you go and search for, let's say, another theme that you want to install, for example, I don't know, let's go with this Nordic Darker. Just click install, and because this is an atomic or immutable desktop, you cannot decompress archives on the root system, and this is the cause of this error. So keep this in mind. You will get a lot of these errors trying to theme your desktop, but that's okay. Eventually I have able to find and download some themes that I like, that are available and don't have to compress a lot of stuff. This is what I am using, currently running the Sweet theme. I will show you what icons I am running. I am with the Nordsee, which I really like those. But anyway, this is my system currently. I really like the logo here of Aurora project, but anyway. And as I said, I have installed the developer version of Aurora. I was just curious because I wanted to see how much difference the developer version from the regular version is, because I have BlueFin project installed on my other SSD drive, and to be honest, I don't see that much difference, just a few more developer tools. You have DevPod, Visual Studio Code, and Brew tools. We will see about that maybe later. Other than that, there is not that many things that are installed out of the box. I did install a lot of Flatpaks, and I really like that because it's wide on applications when you start installing it, although as I mentioned before, it's a huge download size. I don't know why, but I guess this is what's happening to most of the distributions. Even the newest Ubuntu that I have downloaded was close to 6 gigabytes, so I guess this is okay nowadays. But anyway, another thing that I have noticed using this distro for a little bit, I have problem running the Firefox or even the Firefox based distros. For some reason it's crashing all the time and it's not able to start properly. I guess they have fixed it with the latest release, but I have already installed Vivaldi, as you can see here, and I've been using Vivaldi for a little bit now. So if you have installed one of the BlueFin or Aurora or even Bazzite, and you have problem with Firefox or LibreWolf or Warp, just as I do, don't worry, this might be fixed now. But if you still have problem, just install Chromium or Chromium web browser. I know this is not optimal, but I believe these guys will fix it. Now let's see how easy for maintenance and updating this system. It's pretty easy as they advertise it in their website. Just one thing you can use is of course the discover. As every other KDE desktop, as you can see, it's already looking for updates. But another really cool tool that they have done here, I think it's a bash script that let's look for updates, and you have this system update. Just open it and it's going to check absolutely everything that you have in the system. And if you have needs of any updates, that's going to go ahead and do that. It's pretty cool. I have been using it basically since I have installed the distribution. Let's check little quick the terminal. This is a little bit different terminal. Okay, so let's check a little quick what is the kernel that they have installed, and we are still running the 6.9.12 kernel. I know this is getting a little bit behind because Arch and regular Fedora using already the 6.10.5 maybe, but that's okay because this is a really stable right now. I think I read in the forums that they tried to run the 6.10 kernel and there was some issues popped up. That's why they roll back to the 6.9, which it's not a big deal for me. Now let's go and see how you install and manage software here. Basically, the easiest and, well, at least for me, the easiest way is just installing Flatpaks. Nowadays, most, if not all, of the available Flatpaks work for me, and everything that I need for applications, for programs to run my system are available as a Flatpak. Again, let's open the Discover. It's already set up. How you do that? For example, I don't know. Yeah, you have VLC here. Let's go with that. Just open it and you have the option to install from FlatHub. Just click this button and as you can see, it's already checks and starts installing this little VLC program. Now you have it installed. Just launch and you have VLC installed. It's easy and fast. Plus, when you go to media, you already have VLC media player right here, available to you right now. Okay, another option to install software is with DistroBox or they call it Box Buddy. It's a GUI program for DistroBox. How you use that? Basically, just click the plus button right here, select the name of the distro that you like to install. Well, let's go with Arch Linux. From the image, select the image for this distro. We are looking for the Arch Linux. Let's say, yeah, let's go with this one and just click create. Alright, so it's already created and set up. Now we have a Arch Linux box installation. As you can see here, this right in front of our username indicates that this is a distro box. This is how you know you are running a distro box container. Now what you do with it, you can start installing some software using the Arch Linux. So we should have an entry in the start menu. Let's look for the Arch, and right here you have Arch Linux with the little distro box icon. Just open that and we are running Arch Linux right now. And you can just sudo pacman-syuu for updating your system, and of course you have some updates. This is Arch Linux, of course. Anyway, this should be quick, and you can install pretty much every or any package you want with this, with using the distro box and Arch Linux that we have created just now. For example, let's install sudo pacman and htop, and we can run htop right now. As you can see, we are running htop. Oops, oh come on. We are running htop on the distro box using the Arch Linux installation. You have a little bit more options than that. You have the option to install the program and make the icon show up in your start menu, for example, and use it like that. But this is a little bit more advanced, I think, and this is not the point of this video, I think. So let's get to the next one. Okay, when you open the terminal, you might notice that you have a little bit different terminal inputs right here. This is because the guys from the Universal Blue like to do that and show you the more beginner friendly how to use the terminal and how to search and do stuff in the terminal. They have many aliases. For example, this all you have to do is just dash truths and see how many options you have pre-selected. For example, let's go with, I don't know, let's go with update again. Now checks for automatic updates. If you have noticed here, upgrading the Arch Linux, as I said earlier, this tool looks for anything that is installed, and if it needs updation and if it needs updating. Now we have just installed the Arch Linux and it's already included. It's pretty awesome. I like that. Another thing that you can do, you have this brew tool that you can install software with. How you use brew? It's just simple brew install. Let's go with htop again. Now it's looking for everything available as a htop programs, and as you can see, it took 8 seconds to find it, download it and install it. Now we should have htop installed. Yes, we do. This is another way to install software. Of course, this is not the beginner friendly that you can get, but it's an option. And the last method for installing software that I would like to show you, and I do not recommend, this is just the very last option you will use if you have no other available programs either in Flatpak or Distrobox or even Brew can find it. And this is the RPM OS 3. This is called layering, and it's taking a lot longer to install even the smallest programs. How you use RPM is just RPM-OS3 install, and what we like to install. For example, I don't know, some small program. Yeah, let's go with NVTop this time. Oh, look at that NVTop, it's already provided. But anyway, this is how you use RPM OS 3. Again, I do not recommend you to do that. This is what everyone calls layering, and it's pretty much not recommended by anyone. And again, use this only if the program that you need to install it's not available either in Flatpak or Distrobox or even in Brew. So I will end up here with the software. Now let's talk a little bit about gaming. As you may know, gaming it's a big part of my Linux journey. Again, you may have noticed that I already have installed everything that I need for gaming. Well, this is mostly Steam and Lutris, and I must say this system is quite capable of gaming, and I have a really good experience with it. Although the Bazzite version of the Universal Blue it's their recommended distro for gaming, but if you are like me, regular user and do some other stuff and gaming is just for fun, you may as well use whatever you want to use. For example, if you like the KDE, you can use even Aurora for gaming, and I will show you in a second. So let's open Lutris. One minor thing to mention, as I've been doing before, I am used to installing everything in specific order. This is become as a muscle memory, and when I get to install the wine staging, I was like, okay, how to install this on this system? As I mentioned earlier about the software options, the wine staging it's not really available on Flatpak. It's not able to find with Brew, and I don't really wanted to use that layering system, so I kept looking for ways to install wine staging on Fedora Kinuit or Aurora specifically, and I couldn't find anything. And then I realized, why the hell do I need wine staging? And I don't really need it anymore. The only thing that I need is, I'll show you, the Proton. And this cute little program, Proton Up Qt, it's available as a Flatpak. And that's all I needed. I don't really need wine staging anymore, or wine. I am not using it. I'm using Proton, either experimental from Steam or the Proton G from Glorious Eggroll. Now, this solved a lot of my issues that I have beginning to have with this how to install Wine. But anyway, so you don't really need to install Wine anymore, at least in my case, because all I'm doing and using is Proton. For example, let's right click on the Elder Scrolls Online and go to configure. Now under runner options, as you can see, I have downloaded and installed the newest available GE Proton version, which is 9-11, and I am using this to run all my games. Now when you start the game, I'll show you that this system is really quite capable of gaming, as I said before. Okay, so we are finally in game, and as you can see, this game runs flawlessly, and it's as beautiful as on the regular distros. So I think this answer once again the question: is it capable of gaming? Yes, of course. Maybe does not have all the required tools that Bazzite have, but works for me pretty well. And keep in mind that I am recording video right now. But yes, the game runs flawlessly. I am really happy with that. And this is all I have to say. This distro, in this case Aurora, it's, if not perfect, gets really close for perfect distro for gaming as well. Nowadays, nowadays you can do pretty much everything with every distro, as you may have noticed by now, and every distro can be a gaming powerhouse. But some are easier to set up, some are harder. This one, well, runs pretty well without too much of a work, as you can see right here. Okay, that's all I wanted to say and share for gaming. Let's go to the next section. Okay, I think I'm gonna end up the video here because it's getting pretty long again, and I don't really wanna waste too much of your time. I have tried to show you some of the major differences and why I really like this distro. I hope you find this video helpful, and I really like to hear what are your thoughts about this project and these distros. I am really happy with either BlueFin and Aurora that I have installed right here. I might try Bazzite as well in some point, but I think I will keep this distro for a few more days or weeks, or who knows, maybe this will stop my distro hopping forever and ever, who knows. But anyway, please do let me know what you think about this project, and have you ever tried it and your thoughts on it. Until then, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.